while y'all get in here. Welcome to the nation, Monster Nation that is. I'm your host, your tour guide, landlord, owner, tenant, janitor. I'm out the damn floor with you if you don't follow the rules. The rules are you gotta like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell for all notifications. If you're trying to be a taxpaying citizen, leave super thanks or super chat or cash app. We actually prefer the cash app, but y'all do y'all. Dudes don't be listening no way. The Cash App tag gonna be in the description along with the Bandcamp link, which is there for those who would rather hear me rap than hear me yap. All the mixtapes there from Nonviolent Rocco, which is the most recent one, all the way back to the to Shell Shock. So that's about it's over 10 years worth of mixtapes. Also the merch link is in the description. This is monstanation.com. Go there, get some hoodies, hats, Rockness Monsta, Monster Nation, Winter Circle gear. Yes, get involved. Or when you writing, leaving your comments or whatever, be mindful of your spellings. It's ROCK. Don't forget the K, please. It pisses off the president. He doesn't like it. It's Monster, not Monster. Monsta, not ER. It's Helter Skelter, not Helter Skelter. It's A's and H's, not E's and R's. Oh, and this one's a big deal. It's BCC, not BBC.
Pause.
Understand what I'm saying? Pause protesters, get your ass on out of here. Right. So, what we doing? How y'all doing? What's the I really didn't come in here with a whole topic, but there are a few things that I would like to talk about. One of the things I want to talk about is this whole uh, Ja Rule Max B debacle. Have y'all heard about that? I just want to. I mean, I don't want to. I don't want to take too much time on it because first of all, whoever started that rumor. I mean, like I don't know who started that rumor, but if it's not true, then you really putting Max B, somebody who just came home and is on parole, you putting him at risk. You know what I'm saying? Like if he ain't had nothing to do with that, but he on parole, ain't no telling. He probably. I mean, he probably got some. He probably got some. Some sort of leeway with his PO because his relevance is evident. You know what I mean? You can't know. I don't think it's hard to deny his wave right now. You can see that he's sort of a big deal right now. So whoever's parole officer may give him lenience to be out late or cross state lines with permission type of thing like that. But being a part of a violent act, that's you're not gonna get no leeway for that. Especially because the story ain't saying that somebody tried to jump him. They're saying that his peoples jumped somebody else. You know what I mean? So if that's not true, whoever started that, that's wild irresponsible, and it can affect him negatively. Just and even if like he might get violated and then have to fight the violation. I'm not sure how he might beat the violation. You know what I'm saying? Like be able to prove his innocence. Be able to prove that he wasn't a part of that. But why? Who want to go through that? Man just got out of jail, 16, 17, 18 years, however many years. I'm hearing some people say 18, I'm hearing some people say 16. Whatever. 17 years. Who want to go through that, B? Now, what I have heard, one of my preferred vloggers, Zip with the Drip, let's get to that. He's from Queens. Ja Rule is from Queens. You know who else is from Queens? 50 Cent. And he says that these are his words, not mine. He says that he recognizes the individuals in the video and all of that, and it ain't. It's, he said it's definitely not no Max B affiliates or whatever. You know what I'm saying? He said it. He actually said it's G Unit peoples, and he sounds really convinced. You know what I'm saying? And according to that, like I'm sound like he know better than anybody else who been talking about the situation. So I'm just saying, whether he right or whether he wrong, what if what if he is right and somebody is really running around here putting smut on Max B's freedom and his name right now? Come on, B. It's not a good thing. I mean, I understand all of the numbers and all of the clicks, but nobody likes to talk about the adverse effects that be, you know what I'm saying, that may come from you trying to go viral or you just trying to pay your bills with this content. I don't like it. I don't like it. Something else I wanted to talk about. It's a lot of people I hear complaining with or complaining about hip hop not being in, I believe, the top 40. No hip hop in the top 40 or whatever, the top whatever. My response to that is so what? I almost feel like that's a good thing. You understand what I'm saying? Like, first of all, why do we care? What? Never mind why do we care. I know why we care because you've been programmed to care. But I'm trying to tell you, we need to stop caring about what people outside the culture think of the culture. When people outside the culture got involved in the culture, yes, the culture blew up, but it also got taken from us in a lot of ways. Dudes have been using the controller, I mean, dudes have been using the culture against us to control us. You know what I mean? It has been turned into the very thing that was our salvation has been turned into a weapon used against us. And that's wild. It's just wild. It's wild business. Lafayette alumni respect. Yeah, I got a couple of. As soon as my phone load back up, it was just my other phone just updating and all of that. I got some interesting clips. People with some very interesting perspectives. They articulated better than I can, in my opinion. But I know if from my own understanding, if you take it out of the hand, I mean, like, if you take it out of salute to everybody showing love. To anybody being disrespectful, I'm quietly blocking you. I'm not even mentioning that you block. You just they just know if you seen them, you just notice they going. Anyway, um, from where I sit, I feel like when you think about anybody ever heard of Morton's Morton's Steakhouse? It's a restaurant, right? I don't know if it still exists, but it used to, and it was a very good. Like the food was really, really, really good there. I only ate there a couple of times. It was expensive, right? But most people never heard of it. You can't find it everywhere. It's probably it was at the time I noticed it was at the time I learned of it, it was probably only like four of them in the country. On the other hand, McDonald's is everywhere, and that shit is terrible for you. I don't even allow my daughter to eat it. I don't eat it. You understand what I'm saying? Like this stuff, all of this mainstreamy, microwavy, this everywhere, plastered in your face every day. That ain't it. A lot of that stuff ain't even good for you, B. A lot of that stuff ain't even good for you. And y'all praising it. like these media platforms, and I'm not talking about the vloggers, all us out here, all of the dudes just out here trying to, get they get their streaming money, so on and so forth. I'm talking about the people who control, the people who control the main stage. Them people don't got no love for hip hop. The last time I heard them saying that hip hop wasn't in the, ain't no hip hop in the top, whatever. Shortly after that, Kendrick and Drake started beefing. All of a sudden, boom. Right? Now, everybody screamed that was good for the culture, and I'm sure it probably had an impact on the charts and all of that. Yes, I know it did. I'm not no statistician, though. I'm just speaking freely, right? I know it did. But ain't nobody talking about all of the quiet side effects that may have taken place. Or the quiet or the not so quiet ones. You know, the blaming at Drake crib and the whatever that happened to Rick Ross and you understand what I'm saying, and who knows whatever else. All of the damage that got done to Drake's reputation or life or whatever, his businesses or whatever. The division of us, we was, our cultures online tearing each other down every day, feeding the algorithms, all that disrespect and disdain. That's what we was doing. It's wild, B. It's wild. No, I don't like it. So now they say that again. I mean, like we got some cool, rap beefs going on right now. I mean, some when I say some cool ones, I mean like the one with Jay Mills and Goods and all that. But that's not as mainstream as we who care about it may think it is. To those of us who care about it, we see it every day, all day. But it's not the same as like the Drake and Kendrick beef. That's a whole different. It's a whole different sandwich right there. You know what I mean? Feel free to leave a super chat if you want me to answer your question or something like that. You know, I'm trying to do something right here. In the meantime, um, yeah. All right, so here's one of them. Pardon me, y'all. My lighting situation is a little bit shaky.
In the top. First came from New York. I'm glad that hip hop is not in the top 40. I'm glad that there are no hip hop songs in the top 40 on Billboard because way too many of y'all have access to it. Y'all have been mistreating, misusing, and abusing hip hop for decades now. It's become a matter of capitalistic gain and not uplifting communities, telling stories,
Facts.
actually sharing faith and understanding in oneself, speaking
Facts.
on resistance, on restructuring, on revolution, using melodies and beats to describe landscapes that only really exist in museums, that only truly exist in one's imagination. I'm glad it's not in the top 40 anymore because way too many of y'all have garnered or gained some sort of access to our safe space, our altar. Take it off a billboard and put it back into the CD club, the rundown warehouse, the house party, the DJ. Let's go back to the analog days, right? The
Pop
days
locking and
where
break dancing.
your disconnection from technology means that you tapped into source in a deeper way. Let's go back to that. So no, I'm not mad hip hop is not in the top 40 because it's bigger than any list can quantify. It's bigger than any spread on a magazine cover can really capture. So I'm okay with hip hop not being in the top 40.
I like that. That's what I'm saying. Jess Bracken, salute to you. But why would you waste your two? Why would you waste your $2 to ask a question that I have publicly stated I'm never gonna answer? Why you trying to pay me $2 to dishonor my dead partner? That's what you doing? Two boo beat bucks for me to break a promise to my partner. You should be ashamed of yourself. Anyway, what the sister said in that video, it's everything. I appreciate the $2 though. What she said in the video is on point, if you ask me. Here's another one.
Do we want these people validation or not? We say it every year. Oh, we don't care about no numbers. We don't care about no numbers. Then when niggas start talking numbers, y'all say, oh, is hip hop dying? Is hip hop in a bad space? No.
Hip hop's in a great space.
It's in a great space. We're back in control of it. You should want these corporate niggas to jump ship and get out your shit so you can own your shit again.
Mm-hmm.
You created it. Is hip hop in a bad space? Like Mos Def said, if hip hop is doing good, we doing good. If the people doing good, then hip hop is doing good.
Right.
If the people are confused, then hip hop is confused.
Right.
We need to clear up the confusion about whether we want these white folks.
All right, salute to you,
validation
Jess.
or
Salute
not.
to you, Jess. I just messing with
Because
you.
if we want that validation,
I know everybody want
and
to
we
know.
seek to be a part of their conversation, then hip hop is in a bad space. But if we want to be culturally connected, if we want to gatekeep, and we want this shit to be dictated about our culture, and what our culture seeks to like express itself, then hip hop is in a great space
For sure.
And also read the fucking room, rap niggas. Read the room, nigga. Niggas ain't doing so well outside, so I don't care about your ice. I don't care about your motherfucking chain. I don't care about your passport. I don't care about your new whip. Talk about what's going on outside. Find a way to infuse that.
Salute to JB ACL Music. Salute to you. Thanks for your contribution. So y'all get the message of what he's saying. He started to slip into something else, related, but not what he says. He wants rappers to speak more to the struggle, more to the vast reality of the culture. You know what I'm saying? Because everybody ain't balling. It's just a certain type of person that's balling, and everybody who ain't balling, your message, you got a lot. Your message is basically encouraging or influencing a lot of people to ball or die, to ball or cry, to ball or be depressed. You understand what I'm saying? And that ain't the message. It's not necessarily the message. You know what I mean? So, but the other message that he was trying to that he's pushing is the fact that, come on, B, it's our culture. If they ain't in it, trying to take or extracting all of the money out of it and controlling it, then that means we can. We need to be smart about it. Niggas can't. Maybe it is just a free for all. If everybody just selling their own work, like I remember back in the days when the streets, when the streets was hustling, when dudes used to sell hard and bud and all of that, when it used to be drama, like when you had, when dudes was really going through it, through turf wars and all of that over crack and weed spots and stuff like that. But it eventually got to a point where, at least with weed, I don't know about crack, right? But at least with the bud, it was like everybody in the projects was selling bud. Everybody in the hood, if you could afford to have some bud, you had some bud, and you made you a little bit of money off of your bud. You know what I mean? And some people made more than others. They had better bud, they had better hustle, they had this, that, and the third. But it really relied on the individual, how good you did at it, not a whole bunch of outside factors. And that's real. Something else came up that's that kind of matters. That matters to me is Fuji's rapper Prize faces decades in prison. I don't even know what to say about that. You know, the way they talk about this situation is like my son was a whole spy for the government, for the Chinese government or something like that. I don't even know. I don't even know, B, but it's I don't know. I'm gonna open the floor up to questions right now. Any questions? I reserve the right to say no to some of them because some of y'all be tripping sometimes. You know what I'm saying? Justice tried to pay me $2 to disrespect the memory of my lost fallen brother. $2, nigga? $2? Somebody said the craziest Sean P story. What is the craziest Sean P story? Is that a request or something? Punctuation helps. God bless you, Kate, man. How did I meet Swave? That's a great question. I had a conversation with Swave on the phone. It might have been just yesterday or the day before. But Swave got some ill stories, and I want Son to come on and start telling some of those stories.
Pause.
The story of how I met Swave, I don't even well, do I remember how I really met him? Because he has an earlier memory of me than I do of him. You know, my memories of him start, at his battle with disaster, right? That's when I first started. That's when I remember meeting Swave. But he's like, nah, we met before that, and his story is ill. You gotta ask him for it. Like, please ask him to tell that story. Go check. Restore Orders his podcast. Jump on his podcast and ask him that question. I promise you, the story is hilarious. XL, what it look like, bro? Has there ever been a BCC Dr. Dre collab? I don't think so. I've worked with Scott Storch though, which was pretty damn close. If you know, you know. I've worked with Daz, helped the Skelter work with Daz, which was pretty damn close. Worked with Nate Dogg, pretty damn close. Nigga said, "Where is Simi from the Hotel Edibles?" He on Instagram. Simi Auto. It's SIME Auto. Hold on. Gab Murder calling me right now. I can't answer that right now. I gotta hit him on the other phone. Hold on. Peace to Gab Murder. Gat Taylor. Excuse me. Do I have any stories with Gangstar? Nah, I know Gangstar was a. I know. Nah, I mean, I've been in their presence a whole lot of times. I remember we had a party up at Duck Down. I don't remember what the party was for. It might have been celebrating the birth of Steele's first son, right? And that might have been it because we had it at the label, no club, no nothing. And I remember Guru showing up, and Guru had like he had a fight, so he had it was a little bit of evidence of a fight on his grill, but he was such a real nigga. He was like, "Nah, I'm coming anyway." I mean, we men have fights that don't matter. That ain't gonna stop me from supporting fam. And I always thought son was a super real nigga for that. Let me see. Salute to Jess bragging. Yeah, that was what was it? Brownsville or Long Beach? That's what we called it. Yeah. Somebody said something fun. Give us some rock and rock old school story. Who produced Brownsville? Long Beach. Daz produced it. That's what I was trying to say to you earlier. It was a beautiful experience. Yeah, Daz produced it, and Corrupt wasn't even there. Daz was so in tune, like Daz was on point. They might have hustled us, but it was not hustled us. But I'm like, we was in there just talking about hip hop and all of that, and at some point somebody mentioned if Corrupt would have been here, and we had Helter Skelter and Helter Skelter and Dog Pound. That nigga Daz was like, "What? You want some? You want some Corrupt?" It was some lyrics already uploaded on the jump off. He just raised up the fader on two of the tracks or whatever, and some Corrupt verses came up. You know what I mean? That was the genius of how they worked. They would, if Corrupt was there a couple of weeks ago and he had him lay some verses down on some just in case activities. But yeah, it was almost like he was waiting for us to ask for that. He was like, "Oh, we got you right here." Bang. And that's how that song happened. He said, "Did I have Doc Holliday on the show?" Nah, Doc Holliday is locked up, ladies and gentlemen. Free Doc Holliday. What's my favorite song? JB, what's my favorite song tempo? My favorite tempo to off a beat? Do you mean to rap on the beat? I don't know. I don't have a favorite. I like mid tempo though. Mid tempo to slow tempo. I like I'm a fan of high tempo because I like the energy that what I mean. But the actual rapping to them, laying them down, like I get to do more dirt and like I get to do more, more magic in a mid tempo to a slow beat. Let me see something. Yeah, like I love I Ain't Having That. That's one of my favorite joints, but it's a fast tempo. You know what I mean? And it is one of my favorite joints. I ain't gonna front. But I get to do more with a slower beat. All right, Excel. I'm about to be out of here too. Appreciate all of y'all. I mean, I just wanted to come in here because I ain't have time to do no videos, and that's what I'm gonna do from now on. If I ain't got time to do videos and edit them and all that, I'm gonna just go live because that whole process slows down what I be doing, and this takes less out of my day than to do that. So yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. Yeah, I'm not answering that. Spell Helter Skelter wrong. Let me see. I'm not talking about that. Yeah. Yeah, but remember, go go ask Wave Sever how we met. He's got a great story. I promise you. Yeah, when he tells that story, I told him he need to start telling those stories. But when he tell that story, then I'm gonna tell y'all another story. You know what I'm saying? That rock. Crumb Snatcher. What it look like, bro? But yeah, check in tomorrow. We're gonna be doing a lot more. It went down like this is because it seems like the public is speaking. Like the nation, the citizens have spoken. I feel like y'all have come to a point
pause,
where y'all have shown the numbers have shown that y'all rather hear me talk about, the stuff that I really want to talk about, which is me and my niggas. You know what I'm saying? And that's a good thing right there. I just don't want to wait. I just was like, yo, I was saving these stories because I don't want to waste them. Like it ain't like it ain't but so many of them. Yeah, if I only got if I got 200 stories, right? Let's say I got 200 dope stories. It's 200 days in a year. I'm gonna run out of stories in less than a year. So I was trying to see when y'all was, what I'm saying, when everybody got on board. And I feel like y'all might be ready. So stay tuned for more lives and more It Went Down Like This. All right? With that, I'm out. If you made it to the end of this video, let me give 4 thumbs up. Yeah. Rock on, rock going.